Good day. It's the 23rd day of June, 2021. Hope you're having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Virginia. I get questions from a lot of you who are in the military, have been in the military, or in the reserves. What effect will being in the reserves have in, number one, getting a job in federal law enforcement, or in doing my job? Or, if you were to get a job, what would the effect of being a reservist be? And it's a good question, and I'm going to put on a short video. It's from Fox News back in 2015 when a number of DEA agents filed a class action suit against the DEA, and they alleged discrimination and retaliation against them because of their service in the reserves. Now, one of these individuals, a friend of mine, asserted that DEA planted a listening device in his vehicle for reasons that I don't know, that I presume he doesn't know, and remain a mystery to the general public. So I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit.
A Fox News exclusive now. Stunning allegations of discrimination being made by some of America's bravest. Veterans at the DEA, all reservists, mind you, say their superiors retaliated against them because of their military service. William Lajeunesse is live with more on this. So is this accurate? William, the DEA is accused of actually placing a tracker and listening device on one of its own agents?
That is accurate, Greg. As these reservists were preparing to file a class action lawsuit, one of them found a tracker belonging to the DEA hidden under the hood of his car, which of course is illegal. It's one example of the harassment the agents claim to have faced for years.
Immediately upon return, I would start getting weird questions.
A Marine captain, Mark Coase, served 3 tours in Iraq. Yet when he returned to the DEA as an agent, he says supervisors ridiculed his wounds.
He basically said, well, if you'd gotten out of the reserves, this wouldn't have happened. You pretty much deserve everything you get, which, it shocked me.
The second I mentioned I was a Coast Guard reservist, the conversation changed dramatically.
Thousands of miles away, another agent says he encountered similar hostilities when he requested a transfer to be with his wife.
The very next day, they canceled my transfer.
Derek Kitlinski and Mark Coast are just 2 of 16 agents who claim in court records they face discrimination, retaliation, reprisal, and a hostile workplace because they took leave from the DEA to fight in Afghanistan and Iraq.
It's okay to be a veteran, but it's not okay to be a drill and reservist, because reservists leave, veterans don't leave.
Coast is a decorated Marine, yet each time he returned from overseas, he says he faced animosity.
They called me a poisonous pansy.
According to their claim, 2 other Marines were called cowards and ordered to never speak to their supervisor again. They told a Navy officer, "You may be a commander in the Navy, but you're not expletive here." They told a Green Beret to stop playing Army and a Coast Guard reservist to choose one job or the other because of the added workload for everyone else when they're called up.
We got to pick up the slack when you guys are gone doing your thing. It's financial. You don't get a bonus. The stats go down, your bonuses go down.
Now, the DEA declined comment because it is a lawsuit, and they also refused to explain why it appeared that they were spying, Greg, on one of their own employees.
Yeah. Well, if true, raises a lot of serious legal questions. William Lajeunesse. William, thanks.
Well, there you have it. What the heck happened? And the answer is, I don't know. But what did happen is a number of agents filed class action lawsuits alleging that the DEA retaliated against them, illegally harassed them because they were reservists. The first question, can you join the DEA? Will it hurt you if you're a reservist? And the answer is no, it will not. You can join the DEA. It will probably help you if you're a reservist. Okay. Secondly, will you get time off to do your reserve or National Guard duties? And the answer again is they have to give you that time off by law. Thirdly, will it hurt your career as a DEA agent if you are a reservist? And the answer is, yeah, it might. Okay. That's not the legally correct answer. That's not the answer they would give you, but that's the correct answer. These guys sued DEA. And now they didn't allege that they were punished in any way during their service in DEA. Most of the one agent you heard, Special Agent Coast, he was a GS-13. In the case of the Navy commander, he was a GS-13. They were trying to get promoted to GS-14 slots. and they alleged that their participation in the reserves and their service, significant period of time away from their office of assignment, prejudiced the DEA authorities who were in charge of promoting agents from the GS-13 to the supervisory level. And I believe that they were discriminated against, and here's why. When somebody is promoted to a supervisory level, you're being selected for a specific job. And the first question that anyone wants to know when they're recommending somebody to the career board for a supervisory slot, number one, are you going to be there to do that job? And if you're not, they're probably not going to want to pick you. And here's why. You're going to be thousands of miles away, and they're going to have to assign a non-supervisory agent to be acting in your place. And that's unfair. It's unfair, number one, because the one agent has got a promotion and he's not doing the job. And secondly, it's unfair to the person who is assigned as a temporary supervisor. You cannot keep that person in that job forever. That's illegal. Okay, you can't keep them in there for an extended period of time because they're doing supervisory job but not getting supervisory pay. That person can then take the agency to court or even just to an administrative hearing called a desk audit, and they can say, you're doing the work of a GS-14, you have to be assigned as a GS-14 in that group. And that's why temporary promotions are limited to 120 days. Okay? So yeah, that probably did happen. They were discriminated against. Now, what about the gentleman who had the phone in his car? That's the weirdest thing I have ever heard of. Okay? I don't know how it got there. I don't think he knows how it got there. I don't think anyone knows how it got there, except maybe the person who put it there. Now, if he was the subject of a criminal investigation, once that's wrapped up, anyone who's intercepted as a result of a Title III and non-consensual wiretap has to be notified that the government intercepted your conversations, and he was never so notified. Now, what happened to this guy? He got fired, and so did his wife. Both were GS-14s in the DEA, so you put them together, they're 28s. They're making an arm and a leg. And it started with his wife was a chemist in San Diego. He was a GS, a group supervisor. She wanted a promotion to a 14. She got it in the Mid-Atlantic lab, which is around here. So he wanted a promotion, being in San Diego, to be with his wife. And the DEA denied his promotion. So what he then did is he applied for active duty at Coast Guard headquarters, because he was a Coast Guard reservist, and took a leave of absence from the DEA while filing a series of complaints against the DEA, alleging that the DEA had violated its own policy of assigning spouses together. Now, could DEA have assigned him to Washington? Easily. They could have put him in headquarters and buried him there, and he would have been with his wife, and they would have been at 28, and they would have been happy. But DEA is known for being vindictive at times, I've been the subject of vindictive actions. I may have even taken a vindictive action against people. That's just the way that agency happens to be. But at any rate, they didn't give any credence to his complaints. He was called in for an interview with his wife about their complaints about DEA violating its own policies. It was a hearing. And when they left in their car, they noticed a blinking light, and they looked at it, and it was a DEA cell phone that had been lodged between the windshield wiper and the hood of the car. Now, that phone is capable and would transmit conversations of the people in the car. Now, that can't be done without a court order. So what Derek did is he contacted the Office of Inspector General. His attorney told him to do that. OIG, the Department of Justice, told him that they delegated the case to DEA's investigative unit, the Office of Professional Responsibility, and they ordered him to bring in the phone, and they also ordered his wife to bring in the phone. They interviewed both of them separately, and both of them, on advice of their counsel, did not answer the questions and did not bring in the phone, in which event the DEA charged them with insubordination and fired them. So they went from being a 28 to being a 0. They no longer had a job. He ended up getting a job initially selling Knights of Columbus life insurance. He appealed this case. It went all the way up to the Ninth Circuit, or all the way up to the Circuit Court of Appeals, and he lost. So now he has a job with the Defense Department, but he was fired from DEA. He didn't get his job back, and nobody has the answer as to that phone. Now, there is one case where a naval commander who was cited in there, he actually won his case at the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Had to go all the way up there, and it's been remanded and sent back. Now, he's since retired, but he probably will get his grade, GS-14, with back pay, and it'll affect his retirement. But again, to the answer, does it hurt you being a reservist in the DEA? Only if you're trying to get a promotion or a specialty job. And that's not the way it should be, but that's the way it is. And that's what my job is, to tell you the way things are, not the way things should be. What about other agencies? I don't know. I'm going to look into that for you, but hopefully it's been a little bit entertaining. Hopefully it's been informative. And thank you for watching. Thank you very much.